You were not placed in a toxic family to be broken, but to see what others are too blind to notice. You were not born into that family by mistake. The chaos, the tension, the feeling that something is always off. Most people call it bad luck. But there is a reason you feel different there. You see things they don't, and that changes everything. You sit with them, but it never feels right. They talk, they laugh, they repeat the same patterns, and something inside you stays quiet. You try to share your thoughts. They dismiss you or twist your words, so you start asking yourself, why am I like this? But here is what most people don't notice. When a system feels threatened, it doesn't listen. It rejects. Your difference is not the problem. It is what exposes the problem. Comment: I see clearly. Watch what happens when you point something out. You stay calm. You explain something simple, and suddenly they react. They interrupt. They get defensive. Sometimes they even attack you. It feels personal, but it's not. People don't defend truth. They defend comfort. If your words disturb their normal, they will protect that normal at all cost, even if it hurts you. So the more you try to bring clarity, the more resistance you face. Not because you are wrong, but because you are early. Every family has patterns. Some repeat pain, some avoid truth, some pretend everything is fine. And inside that system, roles are formed. The loud one, the quiet one, the one who keeps peace, and sometimes the one who sees everything. That's you. You notice tone, you notice tension, you notice what people try to hide. And this makes people uncomfortable, because when you see clearly, you remove their ability to pretend. But here is the shift. You were not placed there to fix them. You were placed there to understand. At some point, you try to help. You explain, you stay patient, you give them chances. You think if they just understand, things will change. But nothing changes. Instead, you feel tired. This is where most people get stuck. They believe awareness means responsibility, but it doesn't. People change only when they are ready, not when you are ready for them. So every time you try to force change, you lose energy and they stay the same. That's the trap. Now watch this carefully. One day, you stop explaining. You stop reacting. You just observe. Something strange happens. They try to pull you back in. They question you. They provoke you. They push harder. Why? Because your reaction was their control. When you stop reacting, they lose access. This is where your power begins. If you are learning to see things clearly without reacting, you are already thinking differently. This is what we build on Illu Codex. When you start pulling away, a new feeling shows up. Guilt. You feel like you are doing something wrong, like you are abandoning them. But look deeper. Where did that guilt come from? Most of the time it was planted. When you were younger, you were taught family comes first. Don't be selfish, stay close. But no one told you this. Staying in dysfunction is not loyalty. It is self-neglect. Distance is not betrayal. It is clarity. Comment: I choose distance. You don't argue like before. You don't explain everything. You don't try to win. You just see. And when you see clearly, you stop taking things personally. Their anger is not about you. Their patterns are not about you. Their limits are not about you. And slowly, something changes. You become calm. Not weak calm. Controlled calm. The kind of calm that cannot be pulled. You thought your environment was the problem, but it was the training. It showed you patterns. It showed you reactions. It showed you what unconscious behavior looks like. And now you can see it everywhere. That's the shift. You were never meant to fit into that system. You were meant to outgrow it. Most people spend their whole life trying to belong. You were given something else, the ability to see. And once you see clearly, you cannot go back. So stop trying to fix what refuses to change. Stop explaining yourself to people who don't want to understand. And most importantly, stop thinking something is wrong with you. The moment you stop reacting, their control disappears. If you are done trying to fit into systems that drain you and ready to think clearly, subscribe to Illu Codex.